Yeah.
He better be doing something quick. I know that. Because
Yeah,
if he gives Tony time to set up, it's going to be over real fast.
Oh, yeah. He does play a traverse package.
Do any of the traverse targets include cards that destroy enchantments when they come into play?
I don't think main deck.
All right. Yeah, so there's the Fraying Sanity. And Mario wisely watching his timing there, waiting for the Fraying Sanity trigger to check.
Yep.
Letting it resolve, and then still during end step,
Fetching.
Cracking the Evolving Wilds
Yeah.
so he doesn't get milled.
Alright, so...
And it's those little kinds of timing tricks that can really set players apart in terms of level of play where they're at.
most definitely.
You know? I'd say that there's a fair number of players who would not have known to do that and would have ended up milling themselves.
Yeah,
For one,
yeah.
it's still just one, but at some point that could certainly matter.
Yeah, it's pretty much he just saved him 1 point of life.
Yeah.
So this card that Mario played, I have no idea what it does. Do you?
It's an artifact.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell that part.
It cost mana to put it into play.
All right. It costs 2 mana because that was a black-blue cycling land, so it entered tapped.
Right. So perpetual timepiece is what we're being told. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. So he's going to be, milling himself against the mill deck.
All right. This
with Afraid Sanity on himself. So this is probably not a thing that you want to be doing. But we see the bottom part there.
All right. So he maybe want to do that.
Right. 2, sacrifice, exile perpetual timepiece, shuffle any number of target cards from your graveyard into your library. I tell you what, if I'm Tony, right, and we are at a competitive event, I call a judge and ask for a deck check. Or a deck check. Seriously, it's like, wait, I'm playing mill and this guy's running this card main. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, who expects the mill heat in game 1?
Yeah, but I'm not joking. I really would.
Yeah, funny story about that. Most recently, my friend who was playing Titan Shift, he had a main deck EE, and he put EE on 2 against like Grimflare John, and the Gen player called a judge for deck list to make sure that EE was main deck.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that. I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. EE is certainly a main deckable card.
Oh yeah, especially in the format that's being controlled by Death Shadow.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, if I'm running a mill deck and somebody runs out a perpetual timepiece against me game 1, you better believe it.
All right, now it seems like
we are looking at that deck list.
Seems like Mario got started awake, so he's going to get milled for 13 right now, but by end of his turn, it's another 13.
Yeah, so 26.
Yeah.
So Tony just did 26 points of damage for 4 mana.
Yeah. That's a better rate than Boris Charm.
Fair. I mean, we could say 7 mana since he had to invest in the Frayed Sanity as well.
Yeah, okay.
But still, 26 points of damage for 7 mana?
Seems good.
Yeah, I think a lot of players would be willing to cast that magic card.
Yeah, like you just ramp it up into it and win.
Right.
All right. This could be good.
Doomfall, right?
Get Snap started awake here.
Absolutely.
Cause
get it out of here.
And what's the other card in Tony's hand?
None of that nonsense. It's a blue card.
You're so helpful, Jason, let me tell you.
Yeah, I try.
Wait, what?
So Mario's going to count his library before he taps out to make sure that whether or not he wants to leave up the 2 mana to activate the perpetual timepiece just in case. Of course, if Tony rips another Star Awake here...
So, technically, Mark should be milling another card right here, because Doomfall did go to the graveyard.
Yeah, he should have milled one. Mr. Streamrunner, tell him he should have milled one from the Doomfall.
You mean Mario?
No. Mario's saying that that's Tony's trigger to remember, and I would probably dispute that. I mean, it's an enchant player. It's a curse. Yeah. I wonder. Yeah, quite honestly, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I mean, at regular RL, like we just let it happen because we're not trying to get people here. I mean, they may be, but we're not. We're trying to keep a healthy game state, and everything should happen.
Right.
Maybe in competitive REL that's different. I'm not 100% sure. So,
yeah, I mean, it would definitely be prudent to know that rule.
Yes.
If you were interested in playing a deck like this, in a competitive environment.
Most
so Tony
definitely.
plays Compelling Argument. That was the card that was in his hand. Target player puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into his graveyard.
2 mana, 10 damage.
Yeah. But ultimately not going to be very relevant against this main deck Perpetual Timepiece.
The fact that this main deck is cracking me up right now. I actually think when I looked through Mario's deck, when he showed me it, I actually had to read that card, but I completely forgot what it did.
Okay, so you can confirm it was main deck.
Yes. No, I remember now because I have no idea what this card does. Then I glanced over it.
Sure. No, I am completely joking. I honestly don't think that Mario is the kind of guy that would try to do something like that.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear,
All
everybody out there in internet land. But if we were playing in a competitive event, I don't care if it's Mario or Jesus himself. if I'm playing this Frayed Sanity deck and somebody runs out a main deck Perpetual Timepiece, we're checking that deck list.
What? What? Who called me daddy?
Always ninth. Apparently wants to have your children.
You know what? Last person that almost wanted to have my children, I don't talk to her anymore.
Yeah. This is probably not a her.
I hope. I don't think it is.
So Tony getting back the Startled Awake that was in his graveyard. Becomes a 1/1 creepy kid.
All right. Just like me.
With Skulk.
Also like me.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
All right, now, Mario just likes to negate everything Tony has done, but Mario may leave some amount of cards in his graveyard just to have Delirium on at all times.
Oh, so you actually get to choose?
Yeah. Yeah, Perpetual Timepiece is, choose any...
I completely misread that.
Yeah, so, he can set up the graveyard. He can just keep all the Evolving Wilds in there because, they're dead.
He doesn't want those back.
Yeah, and, he can probably just set up so he has Delirium at all times right now.
Okay. So I guess I'm starting to understand the logic behind why he would have this card in his main deck.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Alright, so
I think Mario's just playing 4-color bulk rares.
Yeah, maybe Mario just, went to his trade binder, look at all the cards he wanted to play in Standard.
No, I don't think it even involved a trade binder, because generally speaking, when you take the time to set up a trade binder, you're trying to put cards in there that people would actually want. I think Mario went to the bulk box back here on the counter at GameSwap and picked through and purchased some questionable Magic the Gathering cards for 25 cents a piece.
I mean, I did see a Triggered Hulk in there, so that's not questionable.
Okay, fair.
But a lot of them are questionable.
I don't know, still questionable.
Oh,
in this shell?
You heard? Okay, in the shell. Okay,
right,
okay.
Right.
I thought you meant in general.
No. Obviously a format-defining card.
Yeah. So, and I saw the blue-green Nissa. Do you know what she does?
Yeah.
Really? Did you play one? Or test with one?
I thought about it. I played against one. I did think about testing with one. But ultimately I decided that I wanted either cards that affected the board or lands.
All right.
in my deck. So that's what I did. I played cards that affected the board or tapped for mana. Or both.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what a good example of one of those cards is? Server Conduit.
Well, that would be the both.
Yeah.
Right.
Mana and can attack for 2 damage a turn. 10 turn clock. Alright, so
It looks like Mario fatal pushed the
Startled.
awake creepy kid and should have milled one because of the frayed sanity.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so he's doing the timing trick.
All right. All right. Thank you. So, I think at this point we can assume if Mario has a choice, he's going to do everything after the trigger is resolved.
Sure.
Because he's shown.
I mean, instant.
Yeah.
Yeah, instant.
Any instant thing he can do.
Right. So we're on the Servant of the Conduit beatdown plan here.
Yeah, I mean, he can always add the Shamblin Vent or Hissing Quagmire.
Sure. You know, this is the great thing about 8-set standard. I mean, it is just the Wild West, man. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, some crazy stuff.
All right.
Yeah, speaking of which, I think that New Perspectives is going to be a factor at the Pro Tour this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, nobody's talking about it.
And especially if, like, the mono-red aggro decks are being a thing, that's when it puts the control decks out of the format, right?
Yeah.
So then, what deck is probably the best with no control? New Perspectives.
Right. And yeah, nobody's talking about it. And so there has definitely been a trend in the past of the things that the pros aren't talking about in the weeks leading up to standard or the standard Pro Tour, and even semi-pros, guys that occasionally play on the Pro Tour, but aren't this particular time for whatever reason, right? Because very often those guys are content producers, but still have friends who are testing for the Pro Tour, so they don't want to give anything away either, but their job requires them to still talk about the exciting new cards in the exciting new standard format. So if you can find the gap of what those guys aren't talking about, then you have a good chance of identifying what could potentially be busted for the Pro Tour meta. That was particularly pronounced with Emrakul the Promise End. Initial reviews of that card were lukewarm at best. Notably,
really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really? Like
yes.
Mindslaver on a stick?
I mean, it cost 13 mana. Nobody knew how easy or difficult it would be to make it cost a reasonable amount of mana. Or, in the case of like 6 or 7, an unreasonable amount of mana for a 13/13 flyer.
Mindslaver.
Mindslaver protection from all the things, right?
Except sorcerers.
Okay, fair. So, yeah, nobody was talking about how good Emrakul the Promised End actually was, and then they show up at the Pro Tour with these, Teamer Emrakul decks, Teamer Delirium, right, or whatever it was. I remember Owen was playing a version of it, and yeah, turns out
it's good.
Yeah, right.
And then wasn't like Aethervolt Pro Tour where Marty Vehicles was won at all when everyone thought like Marty Vehicles was dead?
Yeah.
Like, so everyone was testing with like Jeskai Cat or whatever.
Yeah. So I could be completely off base. But I feel like that I've recognized a trend in the information.
Yeah. So it seems like Tony has drawn another frame sanity here.
Yep. Curse you.
All right, but it's going to be all fought for nothing because Mario does in fact have a Gearhulk in hand, which should give him lethal on the swing back. Indeed. Right here.
Well, that and Mario plays Perpetual Timepiece in his main deck. That's really
that won him the game.
Yeah, that's really the determining factor here.
The fact he had main deck reshuffle graveyard to library was insane against Mill.
Sure, I mean that would have been like playing Psychic Spiral main back during Return to Ravnica Standard, when there was a blue-white.
No, it's a question.
Okay, so and that's going to be the game. Number one there. So Tony knows that Perpetual Timepiece is a card that Mario is going to be bringing to bear against him. Let's see what he's got in his sideboard to deal with that. Because honestly, I think that's the only card that matters in this entire matchup.
Yeah, because like if Mario did not see that timepiece, like he would have lost.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like 3 times over.
Oh yeah, because I do like the fact that Frame Sandy's is making all these mill cards just spike up in price though.
Sure, and hey, do you think there's a possibility that there is a build out there that's good enough for the Pro Tour?
I mean, right now in Standard, we have, since it's 8 sets, I think when rotations happen, it's probably not, but like with all the 8 sets we have right now, I think...
rotation's going to happen, and Startled Awake is going to go away.
Yeah.
So, unless there's another Take 26 card that comes out. Yes,
yeah.
the deck will effectively be dead.
So I think right now, Mill has the best time to be good, but I don't know if it can be good. Maybe some mono blue control Mill deck can pop up.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, honestly, I feel like that this standard meta is as wide open as it has been in a long, long time.
Yeah.
And I mean, if Startled, or if Fraying Sanity, if Mono Blue Mill is not good enough, for that level of play, it's real close.
Yeah,
I think
like
it's real close.
it's like you can play Mono Blue Mill and be fine at like a local F&M.
Sure, absolutely.
All right, seems like we have a judge call. What?
Long road. Okay, so yeah, we have a judge question. They're just Mario. I think has yet another draft leaving in his sideboard that he's interested in bringing in for this matchup, and so he's asking how it interacts with a flipped Startled Awake.
All right.
Yeah, is what's going on.
I don't know what Long Road Home does, honestly. So
yeah, and you would really have no reason to.
All right, exile target creature at the
Return that card to the battlefield under its own.
All right, that's a fair. Yeah. That's a question. That's a good question.
Sure, but yeah, another draft leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Like this is the kind of card that you can go around here at GameSwap late on a Friday night and pick up for free off tables.
Oh yeah.
Where people have just left them, and Mario's playing them in a constructed deck, so good on him. And he's up 1-0, and he's currently 2-0 matches.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, isn't the whole new perspective deck this whole bunch of like draft chats as well?
Yeah, fair, yeah, and a couple of rares that only go in that deck ever.
Yeah,
I mean, sure, yeah, and here's the thing. I mean, folks, we may very well be seeing the emergence of a mad scientist, of a magic mad scientist.
All right,
Mario finished 20th, I think.
20th or 30th?
20th. At the Standard Open here in Cincinnati with a deck of his own design.
Yeah, blue-green flash.
Yeah, that we've seen on stream multiple times.
Yeah, and the first time I played against it, I didn't know what he was doing.
Well, and certainly a number of his opponents didn't either.
Yep, I mean, they're like, what is this card? Like the 4-mana Flash Wolf?
Right, sure. Yeah, I couldn't tell you that from, I don't know. So what we may be seeing is the emergence of one of the next famous Magic the Gathering mad scientists, right up there with the likes of Zvi Malshevitz.
No idea.
You need to learn your history, son.
You know what? I haven't been playing Magic since cons. I think I'm doing fine.
Oh my gosh! I'm done talking to you. This is over.
All right, I'm just going to leave then. See ya. All right, so.
Okay, so yeah. Somebody like Alan Comer. I don't expect you to know who that is. He was at the very very beginning. He designed the deck famously known as Miracle Grow.
Miracle Grow.
Yeah, he was one of the first people, if not the first person, to introduce to the Magic community the idea that you could replace lands with cantrips.
Oh,
right.
I understand that idea.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, okay, so I say that now, 26 years later.
Yeah.
And everybody's like just rolling their eyes, like, duh.
Oh yeah.
Sure. There was a time in Magic when those sorts of core concepts had yet to be discovered.
Yeah, like I read an article somewhere where it's a very old article. Well, like a turbo Xerox deck, right?
Yeah, Turbo Xerox was Zvi. That was the one that really put him on the map.
Yeah. All right, and basically, like every 4 cantrips, you can cut a land, right?
Along those lines, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and so you see that playing out today in legacy decks and modern decks with very low land counts, which would not be possible without those cantrips, and which we wouldn't have understood as a concept. Certainly, somebody would have figured it out sooner or later.
Yeah.
But were it not for somebody like Alan Comer.
Yeah. Imagine if no one figured out cantrips, we could have Ponder in modern right now, but that would quickly be busted.
Well, okay, so what makes Brainstorm so darn good in Legacy? Fetch lands, right?
Yep.
Brainstorm was first printed in Ice Age.
Yep.
In the very next set, the companion set to Ice Age Alliances, there was a card called Thawing Glaciers that allowed you to shuffle your library every other turn. Nobody figured out that Brainstorm was good. That's what we're talking about here.
All right. Like I said, way before my time.
Right. And those cards existed together in what was known as Type 2 at the time for a couple of years. And nobody put 2 and 2 together and said, hey, you know what? If I cast this Brainstorm and put 2 cards back that I don't like, and then use the Thawing Glaciers to shuffle my library, it's like I've drawn 3 cards for 1 mana.
All right.
Yeah, no. So that's what I'm saying. There was a time, the Dark Ages of Magic, where these sorts of core concepts were just not obvious. So anyway, back to the game. Tony missing land drops, Mario doing his thing. Turns out even draft leavings can do things when your opponent is doing no thing.
I mean, that's always true, isn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, Seeger has Siege Rhino Master. There you go. Siege Rhino Master. I mean, it all runs together, man. I'm old, I can barely see. Siege Rhino Master, yeah. Sam Black, certainly one of the more popular modern day mad scientists.
All right. Come on, Tony, see your third lane. Hardcast that for Insanity. I don't think he drew his third lane based on his reaction.
He did not. Yeah, Tony having an existential crisis right now. If only we could see his face.
I mean...
Yeah. I think he's, at this point, regretting even getting out of bed this morning.
I mean, I'm just looking forward to going back to bed, honestly.
Yeah.
That's me personally. I just enjoy going to bed.
All right.
Hey, Doomfall. Now let's see all the good stuff in Tony's hand.
When is the bonfire for this deck? I would prefer right now, but Mario would probably take exception to that. All right. So he's locked in. Mario has agreed that he will burn this deck in a funeral pyre after game day.
All right.
He's locked in. We got to hold it to him, folks.
I'm still really curious who called me daddy.
Obviously somebody that doesn't know you. So, what's up, Dr. Zivgo? How you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Unfortunately, you're only going to get about another, 5-10 minutes of my silky smooth commentary delivery and whatever this kid next to me does.
Yeah. He's... Okay, I don't know about smooth from Jason. He might be silky for all I know, but I know not smooth if you've seen him in person.
No, silky smooth delivery of my voice. They don't know what I look like.
I mean,
well, actually they do because I'm on stream sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah,
you can just go type Jason Morgan, boom. See
well,
them.
I apologize in advance for that. Yeah, definitely a face for radio. But,
I see what you did there.
Right, I do the best I can.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I started playing in a rock and roll band back in high school expressly for the purpose of realizing that I wasn't going to score any other way.
Funny thing, back in high school, I used to play a lot of... I was in a crappy punk band. Our first gig, we got paid in Hawaiian Punch.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So apparently this guy that sits next to me is also quite a garbage fire. So you're Daddy Garbage Fire. There you go.
Who are these people?
That's your next online handle. Daddy Garbage Fire. All right, so Mario commences the beats. with a grizzly bear.
All right, good old 2-2 Bates. All right, so Tony not being on a fast clock means he has some hope.
I mean, he's got time to draw out of this.
Yeah. What?
Unsummon?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. Spell Queller's the unsummon.
So wait for that unsummon to be under Spell Queller, then you cast unsummon again.
Tony cycling a compelling argument.
Yep.
Tony trying to have a compelling argument with his deck to produce another land.
Yep.
His deck is not convinced.
No, I mean, I don't think I would be if Tony's trying to talk to me like that either. All right, let's see here.
I'm going to do this thing that's going to get negated. And Mario, with a full art negate, easily the most expensive card in his deck.
How much is full art negates?
They're like 20.
Okay, so maybe same price as torrential.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that negate will hold its value.
Yep.
That full art negate will hold its value, and once torrential rotates out of standard, that's it.
You know what? I think the 4 cards that have seen the most play in my collection so far is my 4 Morningtide negates.
Morningtide negates.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of that one. Can't think of it.
It's the same art that is on most negates. It's just a cool set symbol.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, the first print of the gate.
That.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's all. I mean,
I am thoroughly unimpressed.
I know. You're not impressed with a lot of things.
So Mario getting in with the beats.
Yep.
A 2-2 and a 2-3.
So, I think Tony's deck just did not operate at all this game.
Maybe he sideboarded out 15 lands. He's a wild man. You never know.
Yeah, man. Or maybe he sided in 15.
Discards an uncastable.
All right. What?
Mario with the lay bare the heart. Let's look at all the things in your hand that you can't cast.
All right, good call, good call.
So that's 2 Fraying Sanities, 2 Startled Awakes in Tony's hand. Mario would have probably been dead if Tony had hit his 3rd and 4th land drop on time.
And there we go. We're in the game now, boys.
Probably not.
You know what? I'm trying to give Tony hope here.
Okay. So I'm a realist.
Oh yeah, Tony's dead. Let's be real. Like, I'm just happy for Tony. He finally hit his 3rd land. Okay.
I mean, cool. He's still dead.
Yep.
Yep, dead.
Dunzo.
All right. And that will do it for the 3rd and last commentated round of hot and fresh and exciting and alluring standard action.
All right, and if you do still want to see some more standard action, make sure to stick around for the last round. It won't be commentated by the beautiful Jason Morgan, and apparently I'm Daddy Garbage Fire now.
Daddy Garbage Fire.
All right.
Yeah, so if you like the stream, guys, check out that subscribe button down there at the bottom of the page. All proceeds go back into improvement of the stream. This is not a for-profit venture. We would just we would pick up new equipment, so maybe we're not dropping frames all night, that sort of thing. So if you want to support us, check that out. You can also hit that follow button. That doesn't require any money. It'll just let you know when we're online. Also a Patreon. And
smash the subscribe button.
Smash the subscribe button. Smash it with your smasher.
Yep.
And a YouTube channel. So that's it, folks, for the commentated rounds tonight. It's been real. It's been fun. It's occasionally been real fun.
Yep.
And we will check you next week with some more commentary. Stick around for round 4. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, folks. It's been fun.
Yep.
Adios.
See you.
Thanks for watching Top Deck Productions, your home for live weeknight Magic the Gathering. We'll be back with more live Magic shortly, so stay tuned. Don't forget to follow us here on Twitch to be notified of when we go live. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe as well. You can also check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/TalkTechProductions, on Twitter at twitter.com/TalkTechProds, and YouTube at youtube.com/TalkTechProductionsStream.